clock struck midnight. The bell echoed through the ancient creaking mansion. I picked my way across the dark halls, clutching my flashlight so tight my knuckles hurt. Oh, brat. Not bad, you little brat. Nearly gave me a heart attack, as everyone in high society knew the Baggetts. Wealthy, famous, untouchable. And I was Pearl Baggett, the heiress, the only child. Don't forget to like and subscribe. My life was perfect, except for...
Miss, your father and mother's wedding is about to begin. They would like you to arrive early.
I'm not going, and Melanie is not my mother. My mother left when I was a baby. My dad, Mr. Baggett, ordered everyone never to speak of her. I grew up with no real memory of her face or her name, just a few hazy flashes of a gentle smile. Then Melanie showed up, sliding into the role of my father's lover. She was a famous actress with a squeaky clean reputation, sweet as pie in public, but I'd seen the mask slip. So when my father and Melanie wanted to announce their secret relationship to the world and throw a wedding of the century, I was not about to be part of it. Then Melanie came back from her honeymoon in a torn wedding dress and with her face smeared.
Oh, everything's awful. We were robbed, and my poor husband, Mr. Baggett, he risked his life to save me, and he's probably not gonna make it.
My limbs went ice cold, but I forced myself to stay composed. If the Baggett name fell into chaos, vultures would circle. I had to act fast. Order the private guards to find my father and host a charity ball. Invite every socialite in the book.
And Lady Melanie. Miss?
Keep her under strict watch. She's not cleared of my father's disappearance. The ball was set up in a hurry. I stood in the middle of the crowd, composed and poised. Even though I was grieving and full of questions about my father, I knew I had to be the rock that held the family together. From this moment, I, Pearl Baggett, would temporarily assume head of the household while my father was missing.
I object.
Melanie burst in, followed by a phalanx of guards. The guests gasped. I'm 18. I have all legal right to inherit. A common law wife like you has no standing here.
Pearl is not Mr. Baggett's biological daughter.
Her words hit like a torpedo. My eyes went wide. She slammed a DNA test on the podium, proving I wasn't his blood, plus a power of attorney naming her as the successor if anything happened to him. The signature was his.
When we reached the robbers' hideout, we only found these papers and a few relics belonging to Mr. Baggett as the family's longtime servant. I swear, it's all genuine.
In an instant, I went from noble heiress to the town Joe High Society spread rumors about the imposter child, aka me, and Melanie. She put on her sweetest smile and played the grieving wife.
Even if Pearl wasn't Mr. Baggett's biological child, we still loved her. We would send her to the manor in the countryside, the very estate Mr. Baggett once gave his ex-wife, who is Pearl's mother.
Just like that, because of Melanie's words, I was shipped off to a backwoods mansion. People stared like I was a walking headline. Right. Who willingly moved into a supposedly haunted castle? The place looked like Valak would pop out at any second and freak me out. All my accounts were frozen. The little savings I had left paid only for a detective to trace my father's steps. I put on my brave face and marched inside. No time for sulk. I tossed and turned on the bed and couldn't sleep. Everything sucked. The mattress was rock hard and the blanket smelled like something gross had been puked into it. Then a strange noise echoed below. Someone was moving on the floor below. I crept through the dark to find the source. It was just a tiny mouse. Then something bumped my back. Two blood-curdling screams shattered the silence. I scrambled to flee from the ghost, but my limbs tangled up like noodles. Wait, soft, warm, and it had legs. Who the heck are you? You better not be here to steal anything. Get out now before I call the cops.
You're the one who should go. This is my and my mom's place.
This is Baggett property. But the kid didn't care. She went full-on aggressive, all claws out. We ended up in this wild fight, and somehow I managed to throw her out. Then I dragged myself back to bed, every inch of me aching. What a freaking day. The next morning, I woke up to someone pounding on the door. Ugh, what do you want now, little thief?
My name's Jade. I came to apologize.
Turns out, after that chaotic, her grandma dragged her over to my place by the ear.
Grandma said help her with whatever she needs. So yeah, any requests, princess?
I don't eat those dirt-covered veggies, and I don't need help.
Cooking, fixing stuff. That's my specialty. Judging by your outfit, I'm guessing you've never lifted a finger in your life.
Okay, fine. She wasn't wrong. After that, Jade started coming around more often. Turns out, she wasn't as awful as I thought. She was clever, practical, full of energy. She showed me how to plant a garden, fix a leaky roof, even brought me food sometimes.
Need a hand, ladies?
Hey, Dean.
Dean was her neighbor. He's smart, funny, a little sneaky, but genuinely kind. He won me over fast.
I thought you were just some rich girl playing country life. Guess I was wrong. You're tougher than you look.
Thanks to Jade and Dean, I started blending in. Life out here wasn't so bad. Here I got to just be pearl-free, relaxed. Not that perfect, cold-hearted heiress everyone expected me to be.
Isn't this nice? I wish you'd stay here. Stay with me.
I can't. I still have responsibilities. I need to find my father and clear my name. Lately, Dean kept asking about my past and about us. I wanted to trust him. I really did. But my mission came first. Find Dad, expose Melanie. Then Jade rolled in, holding up a mirror. I froze. I knew that mirror. Jade, you took something from the mansion again.
Mom used to love this mirror. I just wanted to keep it as a memory. It's not like you need it.
That was the problem with Jade. She kept sneaking stuff out of the castle, saying it belonged to her mom. Why my mother's old place was filled with her family's memories was beyond me. Days later, the detective finally called.
We almost found him, but lost the trail. We'll need more funding to continue.
I had just enough saved for that, but when I opened my drawer, my money was gone. I thought I knew who had done this. Where's my money?
What money?
Don't you dare deny it. My savings, every last bit is gone, and you're the only one who's always snooping around the house, you little thief.
I'm not a thief.
When things hit the roof, we started fighting. Dean tried to break it up, but it was useless. Then we froze. The sound of cameras clicking all around us. Reporters were everywhere.
Poor Pearl. Never recovered from learning she's not really a Baggett. She's been violent. I have to take her home for her own good. That's what Mr. Baggett would have wanted.
Guards grabbed me, forcing me into a car. Jade tried to run after me, but got blocked.
Good job. Here's your reward.
Dean looked at me, confused and guilty. He hesitated for a moment, then took the money. At that moment, everything made sense. Melanie kept me locked down, watching my every move. I knew what she was doing. She didn't want anyone to find my father. She wanted the Baggett throne all to herself. But now I was completely helpless. I couldn't trust anyone. And the only person who had ever treated me genuinely, I ended up hurting her.
Psst, Pearl.
How did you get in here?
That witch looks like she's about to lock you up forever. Come on, I've got a plan. Let's go.
Jade moved like a wildcat. We slipped past the guards, sneaked through the back gate, and there he was. Dean was waiting outside.
Melanie paid me to spy on you, but when they took you, I realized how wrong I'd been. I'm sorry.
Jade, I'm sorry too, for doubting you. Let's go. I hid out at Jade's house for a while. The place was full of photos, all of the same woman, smiling gently, a smile I knew.
Do you recognize her?
I'm not sure, but is that my mother? She began to tell me everything. What really happened? Years ago, Melanie had seduced my father while my mother was pregnant with Jade. Heartbroken, Mom moved into the old mansion, living quietly until she met kind neighbors who helped her feel less alone. She later moved into Jade's grandma's house, where she lived a simple, happy life until her health failed.
From the moment you arrived, I knew you two were sisters. That's why I kept pushing Jade to be close to you. I just couldn't risk telling the truth, because the Baggetts would have made her life miserable.
Jade threw her arms around me, sobbing uncontrollably. I hugged her back, tears burning my eyes. Heart pain, heart joy.
These letters, they're from your father and mother. They prove Jade is Mr. Baggett's daughter. I think they'll help you.
Then I'll fight for both of us. No one's taking what's ours again. Melanie had taken full control of the family, celebrating her leadership with a grand, flashy party. But right in the middle of her spotlight moment, Jade and I pushed open the doors. My father has another daughter, Jade. She's my sister, and here's proof. Letters between my parents. Melanie has no right to the Baggett name.
Letters? Please. You could have forged those yourself.
Only you would do that with my DNA testing results.
Unless you've somehow brought Mr. Baggett himself here, you've got nothing.
Then let him speak for himself.
The crowd gasped as Dean helped my father walk in. He looked frail, dressed in a hospital gown. Melanie went pale.
Guards, arrest her. She's the traitor.
Dean told me everything. It had all been Melanie's plan to seize control of the Baggett family. Dean was her accomplice, the one keeping tabs on me and holding my father captive. In the end, they both had to face the consequences of what they'd done.
I had to do the right thing, or you'd never forgive me.
After everything, my father handed the family title over to me. He regretted leaving my mom for Melanie, so he poured all his love and care into Jade instead. But Jade refused the luxury life of a rich heiress. She stayed a cheerful little farm girl, living peacefully with Grandma. I turned my mother's old mansion into a cozy retreat. I visit often, spending warm, quiet days there with Jade and Grandma.
Hey, Pearl. Dean's coming back soon. You should invite him too.
Yeah, I miss him too.